TYT Sports, everybody. So last night, the Miami Heat are down 3-2 in the series. The San Antonio Spurs came out rolling, it seemed like, in the second half. Yet, it seems like, although it was a 10-point win, they just eked out a victory. Steve-O and I recapped Game 4, and we both agreed Manu Ginobili had to be better, and he was better. I believe he had 24 points, 10 assists.
They didn't eke out this game. What game were you watching? They led by 20 with 8 minutes.
They led by 20, and then it was down to like 7.
Yeah, but it was done. That game was done. There was never a moment of run.
It was not done at all, Ben.
Oh, you're crazy. They got it to 8 or 9 with 3 minutes to play. The game was over.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, but not for a team that is going to be dysfunctional down the stretch. The Spurs had one horrible end to a game in this playoff series where they lost a game to the Warriors. The second game where the Warriors beat them. So I think the first game in San Antonio, Game 3, and where they blew a lead down the stretch, didn't score. But they don't do that. That they're too offensively efficient. I bet on the Heat. I never had a second. I bet on the Heat at the end of the first quarter, so I had the Heat +7. I didn't even think I was going to win the bet at that point. I certainly thought I was going to win the bet when the Heat had worked their ass off to cut the lead to 1 right before the end of the third quarter, and then they go on a 20-1 run. You go on a 20-1 run in the fourth quarter, you win 100% of the time.
There was a lot of game left, though, when they cut it down to 7 points.
The game was over. The game was over.
It was not over. It wasn't. There were 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as it turned out, it was over.
Yeah. In the end, it was over. So it was a 10-point win. Ginobili was great.
But I mean, you can't call that eking out a win when you go on a 20-1 run in the fourth quarter.
You didn't get the feeling at all down the stretch.
Them.
You had no feeling down the stretch that they were going to blow that lead. None whatsoever.
Zero.
Seriously?
Neither did anybody else watching that game.
No,
they went up by
sure
20
a lot of people did.
With 8 minutes to play, and then yes, because it's the NBA, they got it down to 9.
And it's the Heat.
They got it down to 9 with 3 minutes to play, and then all of a sudden Tony Parker makes a layup, and it's 11. Then it was. I mean, they got it back down to inside.
And Manu Ginobili hit one with his offhand.
The only thing interesting to me was whether the Heat were somehow going to hit a crazy 3-pointer and lose by 6 and not 9 or 10.
Ray Allen had 21. He easily could have done it as well.
Yeah, but it's the weird way those games end. But anyway, so it was. What's interesting to me about the series is that we've had these are 2 clearly pretty evenly matched teams, yet they've had 4 completely uneven games.
Yes.
I mean, though the Heat cut this lead to 1, the Spurs dominated 2 huge chunks of this game. I mean, they got that big lead, then the Heat, as happens in the NBA with good teams, made this significant rally. They got it to 1, and then they had nothing left and got outscored 20-1, and the game was over. And that's now happened in 4 of the 5 games, by and large.
Why has that happened?
I don't have any idea.
Yeah,
it's very surprising, and I would imagine that at some point here, we're finally headed for a close game. I asked Cenk this question when we were shooting our recap of Mad Men. This stunned me. What do you think the odds are right now for the series?
That was an episode of Mad Men? They asked about that?
It just came up during an episode of Mad Men.
I got you.
It's weird how gambling comes up with pretty much any TYT product.
So you were talking Mad Men, and what was your question? The odds
What do you think the odds are now for the series, with the Spurs up 3-2, having won a tight game 1 and manhandled the Heat twice?
No idea.
The Heat are still favored to win the series.
Yeah.
I'm stunned by that.
They're actually, I believe, a 7-point favorite going into Game 6.
For Game 6, and then of course they'd be like a 6-point favorite if they win Game 6, the way the series
which
is
they
going.
will.
If they win Game 6, that number will go down slightly, and they'll be like a 6-point favorite to win Game 7. But
I would think it would be lower. I thought it would be like 4.5.
Well, that's generally what the Heat has been favored by a bigger number at home than the Spurs. The Spurs were only a 2-point favorite in Game 3. I don't know. I find it surprising that, and so then I should bet on the Spurs to win the series.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm getting back like +110. It just seems crazy to me. The public's belief in the Heat, that the Heat are somehow, after the performances they've given in the playoffs, where they messed around, lost twice to the Bulls. I'm not saying that personally, but
no, they lost once. It was a 5-game series.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, they damn near lost twice to the Bulls.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they should have lost 3 times to the Bulls.
Yeah, right.
Actually.
They were fourth quarter where games were were undecided in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Clearly seemed to take the Pacers lightly. The Pacers take them to Game 7. The only series and they didn't even play terribly well in their. What was the first series they had? Who'd they be?
The Bucks.
Right. Well, that they took care of.
What do you mean? Brandon Jennings said they would win this series. No,
that's right. Yeah.
What was he supposed to say? I mean, come on. All right,
anyway, just that the public's belief is that somehow the Heat are going to find it in themselves to play well here in the last 2.
And you don't think they will?
No, I don't think it's not a question of whether I think they will. I am unable to handicap this series. But here's the Spurs, the best coach team in the NBA, the most veteran team in the NBA.
Yeah.
With this deep supporting cast, they have no injuries at this point.
No. At least none that we know. Well, Tony Parker has a slight injury, but apparently that's nothing because he had 26 last night.
And they're up 3-2, and they've already beaten Miami in Miami.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that you're going to give me $110 for every $100 I bet on the Spurs? I think they'll win.